Hey everybody! Yep, I'm back in my F-150 Lightning this time. We're back from filming. We did some chase shots this morning. I was out with Em and Erin in Washington State. We were filming with the latest car that we've got on loan from a press fleet to review. That review will be dropping in the next month or so. And then in July, I'm going to be reviewing a car here in the US. Kate's going to be away on holiday, but she's got a car to review while she's away on holiday. And then August, September, we've got another couple of cars planned. So there are some car reviews coming up. But as I'm driving back from this filming session, like I say, we had the radios. This is how we keep track of what's safe when we're driving. So we've got constant radio contact between the truck, which is the chase vehicle, and the person that's actually driving the press car, which is normally me. So that keeps everyone safe. I figured, you know, why not just do another video like we did last month, where we respond to some of your comments, criticisms, and other things in the comments section to our YouTube videos. I'm going to try and keep this kind of short. There are some topics I'm going to touch base on, but first, if you are celebrating Pride this month, I know it's nearly the end of the month. Happy Pride. I hope that you had a lovely Pride month. It's been a tough year. And as I say in 10, know that you are valid, you are loved. And even if there are people around the world who are spewing hate in your direction, know that you have a valid place in the world. I say it, I mean it, and I know that various people who have watched our videos of late have come up to us and said, you know, that really does make a difference. So I'm glad that we are able to say that in our videos. I know some people don't feel they're able to, but we as a team do, and we live Pride 365. I hope you do too. And if you are an ally and you're not a member of the community, but you're an ally, thank you, because your allyship means a lot, and it means that we can continue to exist and do our normal everyday agenda, which is just living our lives. There's a lot said in the news about gay agendas and trans agendas. As a trans gay person, I can say my agenda is one thing: live. Make good videos, live, do cool stuff in my garden, spend time with my beloved. I mean, that's really that's my agenda. So let's go to the questions. And one of the first questions that keeps coming up and has come up a lot of late is, can you stop hating on Tesla and Elon Musk? Stop bringing Elon Musk into everything. We did a video recently on lemons, and we're talking about lemon laws and what you can do if a vehicle that you've purchased isn't up to spec. And the thumbnail for that really upset a lot of people because it was a Cybertruck with a lemon skin, and we thought it was hilarious on the team. A lot of people didn't. We modified the thumbnail to say "Ceci n'est pas un citron," which is "this is not a lemon," and it was an homage to a very famous painting. "Ce n'est pas un pipe," I think is. I got my French wrong. I'm trying to concentrate on driving. So I'm sorry if that thumbnail offended you, and I'm sorry if you felt that implied that only Tesla makes terrible vehicles. That's not what we were saying. And Kate and I went to great lengths when we were working on the script. We did work on the script together. We talked about, you know, different vehicles with issues and how you can get around them. And on the team, we've had team members who've had various lemons of various sorts. I used to refer to our Chevrolet Bolt as a Friday car, but it wasn't a lemon car. It always got fixed, you know. There were some issues with it, but it always got fixed. But I know people who've had terrible experiences from every automaker out there, and I'm sorry if we didn't make that clear in the video. At the same point though, every example that Kate mentioned from a Cybertruck perspective was an actual factual complaint that someone had made on a forum about a lemon law type problem with their Tesla, that it was not behaving as it should. And I do think, and now I'm going to upset some people, I do think that there are people who are overly sensitive to the fact that Teslas can go wrong, and they do go wrong. And Tesla has historically not spent a huge amount of money on building out its service network at the same speed as its expanded production. And in some parts of the world, there are long wait times for Teslas being serviced. At the same point, there are long wait times for other vehicles. It was something that kind of first cropped up in the pandemic and has caused problems for people. It still causes problems for people. And I'm not saying that it's just a Tesla specific thing, because it's not. All right, next. Do we hate Tesla and Elon Musk? No, we don't. We can disagree with someone's personal opinions. We can disagree with the amount of money and energy and time that Elon Musk is putting in to allowing hate, disinformation, and all kinds of horrible things that fall under that banner to be spread under the guise of free speech. As I said in the last video, free speech does not mean you can say what you want without consequence. And the constitutional amendment that grants everybody free speech is not about that. It is about being able to speak to power and say, hey, the government is not representing me and I'm unhappy. It's not about, I can tell you that you're going to hell and you're a terrible person and I'm going to keep telling you that and bullying you because I don't agree with your whatever. The next thing is people being very butthurt in the comments, particularly during Pride Month, about the fact that Kate and I regularly mention our spouses on the channel. We are both gay. We are both married to women. We are going to mention our spouses. Most content creators who have spouses will mention them at some point. And someone got very upset recently and said we were spreading our gay agenda because Kate mentioned in a video that she said the words, my wife. If that offends you to that point, I suspect that the problem lies with you, not with us. And so bless your heart. As someone recently said to me at a car event, you should use the phrase bless your heart in reference to people who are behaving in that particular way. So bless your heart. Let's move on to the fun stuff. Okay. And by the way, to finish the thought on Tesla and Elon, we can disagree with Elon and still say nice things about Tesla, but at the same point, if Tesla makes poor decisions or it doesn't support its customers as it ought, we will bring that up. We've done that with every other automaker, so why on earth would we not do it with Tesla? Kate has criticized Kia for some of the stuff that Kia has done of late to her personal vehicles, or not done to her personal vehicles. There's more videos coming on that in the coming weeks. I have been critical when Ford's done something that's stupid. I was critical when we had nearly a year of issues with the home integration system. It now works perfectly. But that first year, it was hell. And we should be allowed to say, hey, you really screwed up. You did a bad thing. It's not good. At the same point, that doesn't necessarily mean that you should swear off a company or a brand. And those companies and brands can also be capable of doing good things. Now, in Tesla's case, personally, I know that both myself and Kate don't want to support Tesla financially with our own money if there is a viable alternative. But that is only because we don't want to condone the behavior of the company CEO when he's not at work, when he's doing other stuff. And with Elon, it's very difficult because Elon is that celebrity CEO and he is behaving in a way that is affecting the brand. And I think if we don't acknowledge that, we would be not be doing anyone a favor. All right, so as I brought up Kia, let's talk about some comments that people made in relation to Kate's Soul EV. And there was a lot of knee-jerk reactioning from people going, well, I'm never buying a Kia because of how they're treating you. Look, large companies don't always make smart decisions. Large companies very often are unaware of what is going on at every part in their company. When Transport Evolved does something or something happens within Transport Evolved that is not good, there's 4 of us on staff, right? 5 if you count our part-timer. There's 4 of us on staff. We can basically go, oh yeah, yeah, we did a wrong, we're sorry, let's fix it. At the same point though, a large company may not be able to do that. And so for us to report negatively on a car company and then for people to go, oh, well, I'm never buying that again, might be a little bit of an over-the-top reaction. As we demonstrated that week, we thought the Kia EV9 was a fantastic car. The SUV, we gave it a lot of praise. We criticized the size, but it was a very competent vehicle. That fell out the same week, or came out the same week as the Soul EV follow-up that Kate did. And while Kia behaved badly with regard to the warranty, the EV9 was still a very good car. So yes, Kia has a warranty issue and it treated Kate badly, but don't judge one garage as being indicative of the whole company. We've started to see other stories from people popping up that saying, yeah, we've had similar issues with warranties. And at that point, yeah, you take all of the evidence together, maybe it doesn't have the best reputation. At the same point, though, there are plenty of other companies out there where, you know, there's a bad dealer and a good dealer, and the bad dealer gives the car company the bad name, and the good dealer gives the car company a good name. Lots of people complain about Ford, for example. I have a really good local Ford dealership that's not ever let me down. So that's kind of a case in point. Next, let's talk about cars. We've had lots of criticism of late from people who go, well, if you were serious about EVs, you'd be driving this, you'd be driving that. Why haven't you driven a Tesla Cybertruck? Why haven't you driven a refreshed Tesla Model 3? All the other channels have done it. Why haven't you? And the answer is, getting cars is difficult, right? So Tesla doesn't lend out vehicles to people, and a lot of automakers don't just lend out vehicles to people. We have to work with fleet services that are contracted by automakers to work with journalists and give you access to particular vehicles. In the case of Tesla doesn't work with any service providers like that. So you have to work with Tesla directly, and Tesla doesn't give you access as a member of the press to its fleet. You either have to be a Tesla owner, or you have to be someone who has demonstrated a long-standing reputation for being extremely nice about Tesla in every regard. And that latter thing means that we're not able to be like 100% honest about our opinions. If we can't say anything negative about a car company, we're not interested in reviewing it just to say good things. That's not helpful to us. It's not helpful to you. It damages our brand. It damages your opinion of us if we can't ever say anything constructively critical. And so that's one of the reasons why we've not got a Tesla Cybertruck or a Tesla Model 3. And I don't have the money to go and buy one. I don't even know if Tesla would let me buy one. I mean, I've been banned from Tesla events in the past. So, you know, and by the way, I was banned for asking a genuine question. I wasn't being mean to Elon Musk. I asked a genuine question that he decided to take umbrage with. And since then, I haven't been invited to any Tesla events or on any press calls. Other cars, other vehicles, why don't we drive this new car? Why weren't we at this new car event? Well, we don't always get invited. Fiat told us that we were going to be able to go to the Fiat 500 event, and yep, we're definitely on the list. They had the event and didn't invite us. Now, granted, it was in Florida, so we couldn't have gone. I am illegal in Florida, right? And Kate is illegal in Florida. And we could get arrested. I don't want to be arrested in Florida just for existing. At the same point, though, we are at the whim of automakers, and very often it's a popularity game. So we didn't get on the Rivian press event recently, partly because the person who knew us at Rivian had left. And the new press person at Rivian clearly didn't know who we were. And so we weren't invited on the press launch. We can't be invited on a press launch that people don't know us. They don't know we exist. And again, that's a big challenge, right? And finally, I want to address why don't you just borrow someone's car? Or why don't you just hire a car? Which is what we did when we did the Chevrolet Silverado work truck. We hired that through Hertz. Hertz happened to have one on fleet. We happened to be somewhere where we needed a vehicle, and we were able to rent it for 24 hours for it was $360. I think it was $380 by the time you put all of the fees in. We can't afford to do that every time. And if you want us to do that, then we need to dramatically expand our Patreon support by $2,000 or $3,000 a month. If we were to go out and hire a car every time we wanted to review one, that's what it would cost. Sometimes you can work with dealerships, and dealerships are happy to lend us a car, but then it tends to be when the vehicle is already has been out a long time and it's difficult to get hold of before then. But sometimes it can also be car companies may say to dealerships, you're not allowed to give vehicles to the press. I've encountered that before. It is more rare, but it does happen from time to time. So there's also that. We should also talk about the fact that borrowing someone's personal vehicle is possible. And we have had people go, hey, would you like to drive my XYZ? And it's very kind and generous. We've taken people up on that in the past. But there are also insurance and legal implications of doing that, because you're borrowing someone's personal vehicle. They won't be insured for the kind of driving that we do when we do reviews. They're not going to be covered for us borrowing the car for a huge period of time, which is very often what we would have to do. And they also may not have the car available for an extended period of time. I know sometimes, some channels, I know Kyle's done it in the past, have been able to borrow cars for extended periods of time. That is more rare for us. And I don't know why, but it is sometimes difficult for us to get cars for extended periods of time. Maybe that's a reflection on me. Maybe it's down to me. Maybe I am a bad journalist because I can't easily get people access to vehicles. But know that when we do have access to a car, we do our best to review it. We talk to automakers on a regular basis and go, hey, we would really like to drive this car. How about it? And a lot of the time we are able to get access to a vehicle that gives us the ability to review it, but not always. Sometimes we just have to go with whatever is available at the time, and sometimes that can be frustrating, but know that we do our best. I hope that explains some of the challenges that we face, and I hope that my answers don't feel like excuses. Anyway, let me know if you'd like us to continue making this kind of video moving forwards. I certainly enjoy doing it, and it's a good way of responding to some of the comments we get regularly on the channel. Thanks for joining me today, and if you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them below in our Discord chat room, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are some of the more than 1,500 people who help fund this channel through Patreon and YouTube. They help cover our bills, pay our team, and they make sure that we can remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. There are a range of different tiers you can sign up for, from as little as $1 a month, or if you pay yearly, just over $10 a year. A massive welcome to our newest supporters: Carol Bulawa, Rolfondo, Michael Owen, Winter, and Wilton Live. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your week of fame. And of course, if you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations. We even have a good old-fashioned P.O. box that you can reach us at. Address you'll find linked below. And of course, if you're in need of some swag, you'll find our swag store in the down below as well. This month, we are celebrating Pride with an amazing new t-shirt design by our in-house artist and animator Erin. You can get yours today by heading to our Redbubble store. We've also got some fantastic content coming up, so make sure that you've hit the subscribe button on either PeerTube or YouTube, and we'll see you soon. We make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we think this one is also well worth a look. See you soon, and as always, keep evolving.